Uh, Today I'm gonna be talking about a game that you probably haven't heard about. It's called Garde, and it's really fun. But before that, I really want to talk about the reviewing structure that I made. This video will be summarized or cut into 6 categories. Uh, each category will get a score, and then in the end I will give my score slash review on the game, combining all those scores with the 6 categories earlier. So I really hope this system works, because I'm trying to use this from now on for every game, everything that I will review. And also, this is a bit more of a shorter video than usual. It's not that long, and that is because I'm in the middle of my test week right now. So sorry if I don't provide any fun content or something epic. I do have a few really great video ideas, but I will upload those in the future after my test week. So yeah, for now, enjoy. So, now the basics. You play as this character called Adalia, who is this kind of vigilante against the corrupt Spanish government. And you have 4 different missions that aren't really, the story isn't really connected with each other, where you kind of go along with her adventures, basically. And during these missions, you also have quirky dialogue with different characters that you interact with. And obviously, more importantly, you have kind of arenas, I guess, where you fight enemies throughout the mission and you keep exploring the map and you fight more enemies. You have a map, it's very linear, and then it ends, every mission ends with a boss, therefore having 4 bosses in total. Technically more, but I won't spoil too much, so yeah. And aside from that, you also have arena mode, where you can choose a buff and a debuff, and you have this challenge and you have about 4 difficulties, and yeah, then you have to kill enemies. That's about it. So first of all, the style of the game. Overall, it's not really my thing. The game looks a lot like a kind of free to play kids game, which really sucks, because the game isn't like it at all. It's kind of difficult. You know, if you compare the game, for example, to Sifu, which is kind of like a Kill Bill like, way more hard and edgy game, that also looks the part, you know, and that really attracts people who play hard games and speedrunning. That really attracts that community. And this game just did that really bad with marketing. Although I do gotta say that the style really works with the comedic tone that the game has, and therefore sometimes it works, but it just doesn't mix well with what the game is, and therefore I gotta, same with kind of the cheap graphics and style, I gotta give the style and art category overall a 5 out of 10. I expected more. Again, it does work sometimes, but overall it just looks cheap. Now, also kind of a negative thing, but not really, is that the replay value in this game it's okay, but it's not that good, and that makes me also a bit sad. The thing and the problem is with the replay value is that, I mean, the game does have Steam achievements, and you do have side missions. So in every main mission you have like about 6 side missions or something that you also see when you have finished the mission. So that kind of makes it replayable, but there's too little, you know. You can complete the game and fully achieve the game in about, like, I don't know, like 20 hours total, which kind of sucks. And the game also has this timer where every time you finish a mission you show how fast you did it, which really encourages speedrunning, which I've tried, but then it's still not really enough for me. It does have some replay value, so overall I give it a 6 out of 10, but it is kind of disappointing, especially for a game attracting communities that like hard games and also a bit of speedrunning. Now finally, we can talk about the good stuff about this game. And first of all, the pricing and the mixed with the quality is just very nice. It is $20, and personally that is a little bit too much for me. I think it would be like 50, maybe 10 would be way better in my opinion. But 20 is a good price for this game. I think it does have some things to offer that are very interesting. But overall, I do kind of recommend to buy that still, which I did. So yeah, but I think the pricing does match the quality very well. So overall, I think the pricing deserves a 8 out of 10. Now, in my opinion, when I made this review structure system, this shouldn't have been a category to consider. But with games these days, this is such a big problem. And, well, yeah, that's glitches and bugs. So I'll add it anyway, and this game has none. In my experience, I haven't had any glitches and any bugs. And again, like I said, that shouldn't really be a factor when it comes to game reviewing, but I think I'll add it because modern days have a lot of glitches and bugs, especially AAA games these days. So I'll put it in, and overall, because it has no glitches and bugs, that factor is a 10 out of 10 for me. Now, the gameplay. And this is where the game really shines for me. The gameplay is awesome. The gameplay, I would describe it kind of as, well, you kind of combine Dark Souls rolling and parrying kind of system with Sifu's the rest, I guess. And that's on Garde, with a slight tone of comedic Spanish mixture, and then that's basically on Garde for you. And it works very well in my opinion, especially again for people who like hard games. This game is pretty epic, although it's not that difficult, but it's very well designed, especially with how the game works, because Sifu, for example, as far as I know, is way more focused on timing and combat, while this game tries to tell you that the area and environment around you is way more important. And that's what I really like about this game. Not only do you have to, you know, use your quick think senses when you try to parry, you also, when you have a group of enemies running towards you, you'll have to think, oh, where am I gonna go? Am I gonna use that barrel, or I'm gonna use that lever? And the game works incredibly well with that, and it's also very creative, and I love it for that. I love just using a barrel on then that enemy and then parrying another enemy at the same time, and it's very satisfying, and that's really where this game shines. Although I do gotta say, overall, still then, and this is gonna suck, but I still rather play Sifu, and that's kind of my problem with this game. It has a lot of things wherein it shines with its combat, and again, that environment is very, very fun. So if you like Sifu, play this game, obviously. But it's just not enough for me to really play this game a lot, combined with the replay value. And I do gotta say that the combat can get kind of old after about 10 hours, because then you have already unlocked all the environmental stuff, and then it can kind of feel repetible and stuff. So overall, I give the combat and, well, gameplay overall a 7 out of 10. So overall, I give this game, with all my calculations, a 7.1 out of 10. It's good. It's a nice game. I like the combat. I like the comedic stuff that is in it. The art style doesn't really work that much, but sometimes it does. And just using that environment is very satisfying. It's just a game that you will play for about 15 hours and then probably never play again. But those 15 hours are very fun. And again, that's why I recommend buying this game on a sale or something. If you like Sifu, you should just buy this game. I don't know. It works very well. If you like Sifu, buy this game, because it's basically that, but then just a little bit different. And also, maybe if you kind of like Dark Souls in some way, it's very different, but again, that combat is kind of similar. So maybe then just check it out if you have the money somewhere. But I would recommend it only for that specific group, because the game is kind of meant for that specific group. Outside of that, if you're not really in these types of games, don't buy it. That's my opinion. So that was my review. I know it was very short and a bit weird and wanky, but again, like I said, I'm in a test week right now, so it's kind of difficult to make a, you know, juicy good video. So I hope you guys like this little review and are excited for my future vids. But for now, I hope you guys like it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the future.